Good morning, everyone. Take a quick moment to think about the very first thing you did this morning. For many of us, before our feet even hit the floor, we reached for a small piece of glass and metal next to our bed. With a glance or a thumbprint, we instantly connected to a global, invisible web of human knowledge, commerce, and communication. We take it completely for granted. But if you were to travel back just 60 years ago, the concept of what we call the Internet would sound like pure science fiction. Today, we are going to take a journey through time. We will explore how a Cold War military project evolved into a playground for scientists, transformed into a global marketplace, and ultimately became the very fabric of modern human civilization. This is not just a story of cables and computers. It is the story of how we connected the world. Act 1. The Sparks of Creation. Our story begins in the late 1950s, amidst the high-stakes tension of the Cold War. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, into orbit. This shocked the United States, prompting the government to pour massive funding into science and technology. Out of this, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, was born. At the time, computers were not the sleek devices we have today. They were giant, room-sized monstrosities that could not talk to one another. If you wanted to move data from computer A to computer B, you literally had to punch holes in paper cards, carry them down the hall, and feed them into the second machine. A brilliant scientist named J.C.R. Licklider imagined something better. He envisioned an intergalactic computer network, a decentralized system where people could share data instantaneously. By 1969, this vision took its first physical form, known as ARPANET. On October 29th of that year, a student named Charlie Klein sat at a terminal at UCLA and tried to send a single word to another computer at Stanford University, hundreds of miles away. The word was supposed to be login. He typed the letter L and asked over the phone if Stanford received it. Yes. He typed the letter O. Yes. Then he typed the letter G, and the entire system crashed. So, the very first message ever sent on the ancestor of the Internet was simply L-O, as in lo and behold. It was an accidental, yet poetic, beginning. Act 2. Language and Growth. By the 1970s, the network was growing, but it faced a massive roadblock. Different computer networks used different languages. It was like a room full of people trying to collaborate, but one spoke only French, one only Swahili, and another only Japanese. That's when two legendary figures stepped in, Vint Cerf and Kahn. They invented the universal translators of the digital age, TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol, and Internet Protocol. How it works. Instead of sending data in one big clumsy block, TCP/IP breaks data down into tiny, manageable packets. These packets are sent across the network through whatever path is fastest, like cars taking different side streets to avoid traffic, and then neatly reassembled in the correct order when they reach their destination. With a standard language in place, the network officially became an internetwork, or simply the Internet. Throughout the 1980s, this network was mostly used by the military, universities, and scientists. It was text-only, clunky, and required serious technical skills to navigate. There were no photos, no videos, and no shopping carts. It was an exclusive club for geeks. That was all about to change. Act 3. The web is born. In 1989, a British scientist working at CERN in Switzerland named Tim Berners-Lee changed the trajectory of human history forever. He realized that scientists were struggling to share information stored on different computers. To solve this, he invented the World Wide Web. It is vital to understand that the Internet and the World Wide Web are not the same thing. The Internet is the underlying infrastructure, the roads, the bridges, and the pipes. The World Wide Web is the traffic that drives on it, the websites, the pages, and the hyperlinks. Berners-Lee invented three things we still use every single second today. HTML, the language used to build web pages. HTTP, the protocol used to move those pages across the net. URLs, the addresses we type to find them. Crucially, Tim Berners-Lee made a choice that altered the world. He gave the World Wide Web away for free. He did not patent it. He did not monetize it. He believed it should belong to everyone. By the mid-1990s, browsers like Netscape Navigator made the web visual and easy to use for everyday people. Suddenly, the Internet exploded into the public consciousness. We heard the familiar, screeching, static sound of dial-up modems connecting through telephone lines. We saw the rise of the first digital giants, Amazon, eBay, and Google. The dot-com boom was officially underway. Act 4. The Web 2.0 and the mobile revolution. As we crossed into the 2000s, the Internet underwent a psychological shift. The early web was passive. You just read what someone else posted. But around 2004, we entered the era of Web 2.0. The Internet became a two-way street. It became social. Platforms like Wikipedia, YouTube, and Facebook meant that we, the users, were now creating the content. The Internet became a global town square, a global video library, and a global diary. Then came the year 2007, and with it, the smartphone. Before 2007, the Internet was a place you went to. You had to sit at a desk, turn on a computer, and wait for it to boot up. The smartphone untethered the Internet. It put the entire sum of human knowledge and distraction directly into our pockets. We were no longer going online. We were living online, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Conclusion: the horizon ahead. Today, the Internet is undergoing yet another massive evolution. We are moving into the worlds of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and the Internet of Things, where even our refrigerators and traffic lights talk to each other. What started as a fragile military experiment that crashed after 2 letters has grown into a global nervous system. It has democratized education, revolutionized business, and brought loved ones together across vast oceans. Yet, it has also brought challenges: misinformation, privacy concerns, and digital divides. The Internet, after all, is merely a mirror of humanity. It reflects our greatest achievements and our deepest flaws. As we look to the future, the story of the Internet is no longer being written by just engineers and computer scientists. It is being written by all of us, every time we post, click, share, and connect. Thank you very much.